A.A.G. News. Fact news you can trust.
After a month-long operation, 31 missing children were located, recovered, or rescued in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Texas. According to local officials over there, at least 7 of these recoveries were of critically missing children with ties to sex trafficking. Included among these cases was a 15-year-old girl rescued from the home of a John, as well as another 15-year-old girl who was rescued from an Uber over in Houston during a prostitution sting. The 24 other children who were not tied to sex trafficking were recovered from either their friends or relatives and reunited with their legal guardians. Now, this operation was conducted by U.S. Marshals alongside several other agencies and police departments. In a statement, here's what the acting U.S. Marshal said. Victims should know they are not forgotten. There is hope and a way to return home. The police chief of Arlington added that these kids and teens represent some of our most vulnerable populations where adults try to prey on their innocence. We will not rest until every child is located safe and someone is held accountable. Now, for your reference, by the way, more than 346,000 missing children reports were recorded in the year 2020. So while these rescued 31 children is a phenomenal achievement, there is still a lot of work to be done. Now, one film director that we interviewed here at the Epic Times, he actually released a film called America's Forgotten. And he says that human traffickers feed off of loose border laws. And so let's talk a little bit about the U.S. southern border. And let's start with this picture right here. It might be a little small on the screen, so here's a close-up for you. In this picture, which was taken on the Mexico side of the U.S.-Mexico border, you can see that the border wall abruptly ends right here, and migrants are running from Mexico into America right through that hole in the wall. In fact, according to provisional data from the Customs and Border Protection Agency, during the month of February, so last month, Border Patrol agents apprehended more than 101,000 illegal border crossers. Additionally, they said that 26,000 people evaded capture and got away. Now, mind you, these are provisional numbers, and the official data will be out in the next few days. But still, what it shows is a huge spike in the number of illegal border crossings. This number from last February, over 101,000 apprehensions, is almost triple the number from last February of last year, of 2020. Back then, Border Patrol caught only 37,000 people. Also worth noting is that many of those who are crossing are unaccompanied minors, who cannot be turned back if they are from a country other than Mexico. In fact, there are so many minors coming across the border that the Department of Health and Human Services has just opened a second facility to house them. Furthermore, it's even been reported that they are considering housing them at a NASA center. That's how many of them there are. It's so bad, in fact, that 4 days ago, the Department of Homeland Security said that they are seeking volunteers from among other agencies to assist in dealing with an overwhelming surge at the U.S.-Mexico border. Interestingly, though, when Joe Biden was asked by reporters, he flatly said that there is no crisis at the border and that we'll be able to handle it, although he did not elaborate further. And furthermore, during a press conference a few days ago, the White House press secretary said that instead of calling it a crisis, what I also think is important is to talk about what the root causes are here and what we're doing from a policy standpoint to try to address the challenges that we're facing and that these kids are facing as they come across the border. Now, the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, he held a press conference near the U.S.-Mexico border where he raised the alarm of a growing crisis after meeting with border officials. During that press conference, he blamed the Biden administration's immigration policies, saying that they actually work to invite more illegal immigration and that they are contributing to the crisis, which he says will grow increasingly worse by the day. And in order to combat this issue, Texas has decided to take it upon themselves rather than wait for the federal government. And along that line, the governor has launched a program earlier this week which will deploy state National Guard troops, as well as personnel from several other agencies, to respond to the growing crisis at the border.